Can this gentleman explain this to me?
Can it break it down? Any tips on the single barbell rows? It was new and hard. There you go. That's the tip.
No tips. Yeah, it's just it's a complete balancing and strong hands. But powerlifting, what I did when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, I would step out with 800-900 pounds. I wouldn't step out, sorry. I would stand up because we didn't have the lifts that we'd always have to step out. But I would just stand up with 900 pounds on my back. All right, it is hooky day. Mona is gone, so I'm going to unpop that top. I'm going to give the old cleavage shot.
Ooh.
And then you bring it around.
Ooh.
All right, here we go. Hey, Mary, how was your first day on the actual program? What was the question I asked Serge the other day? I said program.
What's the difference between a program or a plan? Right?
Okay. No. The plan changes or the program. It could either go either way, I guess.
They're almost synonymous, but I think a program.
You have to have a plan, and in the plan, there's the program that you have to follow.
Yeah, I think the program is composed of different segments.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that. Here, I got a question. Why the plate on top of the 12-inch box? I'm just curious because of is there something going on with your hips for range of motion or something? Let me know, okay, bud? Because if there is, let's make sure that we start addressing that and taking care of that right away. What do you say?
Any tips on the single barbell rows? It was new and hard. There you go. That's the tip.
No tips. Yeah, it's just a complete balancing and strong hands. Don't do reps. The balance is the key point to it. You can do as much weight as you want. I love them.
I try to use the barbell, the 45-pound barbell.
What was it?
Like
yeah, use the 45er. Helps that and just gives you a stronger wrist and hand position. We did a epic training today with what we call the what do we call?
I call it the stimmy, even though it's
not. Stimmy. So we did the whole. How you doing? So we did the whole stim today after we did some warm-ups on bench. So that was great. My costume. Can you guess what I'm going to be for Halloween? I will be in Dubai. So for anybody that's overseas, Dubai, I will be over there in December. There's a chance that I will be in Limerick, Ireland, the week before. So they got a pro show the week before, and I might be over there. And then, nice, Scotty. So I'll be over there, and then we'll be doing lectures there, me and a couple other pros in Limerick, Ireland, and then head on over to Dubai and get some skiing in. So that's my game plan. That's how you want to do it. For anybody that's doing the programs and doing the isolation squats, I recommend just doing it. And just checking to see if you can get to that range of motion. So, because all those squats are different squats. And so I'd love you guys to get in there and try this. Have a lot of you tried the isolation squats that we've been doing? And we moved from back squats isolation to front squats isolation these last couple of months, which again, I love. We're going to get some belt squats in this week. It has been too long from some heavy ass belt squats. So one thing that I find hard for me, Jeffrey, you might be in that same plane, is I love the main lifts so much that I always try to plan the workout around that. But there's times where the Hatfield squats, the safety squats, and all those kind of things should come into play. And what I noticed is with Doug, training with Doug really does go extreme and then pulls back, and then goes extreme and pulls back. Now that's something I have always had a hard time doing. I'll change it, but it's hard for me to pull back, and I need to. And again, I'm my worst coach, right? I'm my worst coach, so I need to listen to the body as well. For all of you right now, as we get ready to go in this last stage of the Titan Challenge 3, which is basically going to take us all the way to New Year's. I know that it's like it ends December, the beginning of December, but I'm hoping a lot of you are in that position to where you got to do your maxes on your lifts.
Oh, yeah.
You got to do fill outs if you're doing the combination of both cut and strong.
Imagine going to Christmas dinner, then next couple days you got to go max out. Are you kidding me? That's like,
yeah, that's the way to go.
Perfect.
Somebody says thoughts on body weight dips for tricep.
That's good.
I would do bench dips for triceps. I would do dips for bench, for chest.
Let's answer this.
Go.
I kind of like this. I got some unsolicited advice at the gym. I think someone just came up to him.
Okay.
He's minding his own business. Someone comes up to him while he's doing sumos. And this guy, this expert says, hey, don't do those. You're short. They're not good for you at all. There's no range of motion. And so this guy told him to F off, but it's bugging him because he's a beginner and he didn't really know how to debate what the guy said. You know, he's a beginner, so the guy said they're bad for you. He just didn't really know what to say.
Where is that?
But he knew to say F off. This guy right here, Christian.
All right, Christian.
And that was he did debate it. That was the debate right there. That's all you got to say.
Yeah, I understand maybe that you're maybe not as tall, and so there's a less motion. That's interesting though, because an elite trainer or an elite athlete would understand 2 inches is a movement. And so when you get to a high level, there's things called partials in powerlifting, and you're basically just locking it up. There's things where you don't even move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in powerlifting, what I did when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, I would step out with 800-900 pounds. I wouldn't step out, sorry. I would stand up because we didn't have the lifts that we'd always have to step out. But I would just stand up with 900 pounds on my back.
You'd say, I'd rather do a 700 rack pull than just not have them in there at all.
Yeah, so the range of motion is completely out. Because here's the thing. I know a lot of 6-foot guys that do sumos with bad form.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see what your form looked like. But first off, sumos are probably the safest exercise to do in a gym and healthiest exercise to do in a gym because it really sets your body up to be stronger. So in that aspect, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of him that he stood his ground and just go, yeah, okay. Here's the one thing I would say. You don't ever have to debate anybody in the gym. Yeah. Just outlast them. So, you know, the stuff I'm doing today, 30 years ago, people would say, you're going to hurt yourself. This is not right. This is not what you do. And now today they're all going, God, I wish I did what you did. Gosh, wish I didn't go away from this. I didn't go away from that. You kept doing it and kept doing it. So I'm hoping all of you guys live a life to where you get to go without saying it. You just get to go, still here. But yeah, if you are doing, let's talk about you doing that exercise though for a second. So we're talking about somebody that may be a little shorter and doing sumos where there's not a big range of motion. If you're doing it for a strength program, keep doing it. But do both. Do after this program, go on to regular deadlifts. So you have both strengths. All right. And if you're extremely short like Bobo, then I would just put 35s on for more of a range of motion also. And I've done that before. I've actually tried to, and we'll put our feet on blocks to make it a longer lift. So
I also just like that like you said, you would just load 900 on your back. So you got to feel heavy shit sometimes. You just have to. It's like the tall guy that says, oh yeah, well, my bench isn't good because my arms are long. It's like, are your arms long or are you weak? It's like, which one is it? It's like, no, I'm strong. It's like, okay, well, how about we?
Wait a minute, don't go past that because
Yeah.
you just made a great point.
Yeah.
Tall guys will go, I don't bench a lot because my arms are long.
Yeah.
The number one bencher in the world is that big Russian, and he's like 6'7". So his arms are twice as long as me. I met him, and he's a monster and long.
Arms long, or you just fucking weak. And if you're not weak, then let's start the let's load 400 up, and let's start it at your chest then.
Yeah.
Just get it off your chest. You know, just you can't do that. Oh yeah, you're weak. So don't use that one.
That's an interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because it's. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up. What are you still concerned about that you didn't have a rebuttal for this guy? You're a beginner, and trust me when I tell you this. You may be a beginner, but there's about 70% of the Titan members that are doing things that have been lifting for 10, 20, 30 years. And to me, they're still beginners. So don't get shy with you being a beginner and you couldn't argue with the guy. It doesn't matter. You just stay on the plan that you are enjoying, getting stronger at and better at. Don't worry about proving people right. Yeah. So that's what I would recommend.
Matthew. Name, I just want to tell you, it amazes me how much you continue to stay in such great shape. Yesterday, I was thinking that it takes a lot of sacrifice every day to stay in excellent shape. It doesn't take much to just look good. So thank you for being a great example.
Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah. I'm trying to
decide what he's really saying.
Yeah. Does working out in the morning produce less muscle soreness? All right.
Okay, wait a minute. Really? Is that, put it up there?
And because you have a full day of nutrition ahead. Should I block?
No, put it up there because I just want to understand. Can this gentleman explain this to me?
Can it? Break it down for us, brother.
You break that down and how you came up with that logic?
Well, because you have a full day of nutrition ahead.
So when you, like, if you train at night and you only have one meal after, you'll have more soreness because you're going to sleep after?
What about if you do Michael Hearn isolation squats and you split your quad right down the middle in the middle of the first rep? I am sore instantly. And I still got a full day of eating ahead of me. Instantly ripping that muscle. I'm sore. Sometimes it happens. I'm sore mid-workout.
Yeah, sorry, champ. I don't understand. That's not a real question. So people, just so you do, I will take one thing from this. Soreness, inflammation. Inflammation is your body trying to heal. Two things. One is there's inflammation from workouts, which is healthy, and your body trying to heal everything. And then there's inflammation from food if you have a slower metabolism or you've overeaten. And it's just your body trying to utilize the calories you've getting it. But soreness is a cool thing because soreness means that you had a great workout. I have never in my career understood the terminology of I want to be sore less.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. You're sore because you're doing a new exercise. You're sore because maybe you went extreme that day. Maybe you're sore because you did isolated squats and you didn't work up to it. You just went right into it. And like Jeffrey says, when we switch up our squats, we're pretty trashed. And we're trashed by the time the workout is done, not like 24 hours later. So there's those days. A lot of you probably know, like when you train legs hard, it's usually sore, extreme hard, 2 days later. So that person had 2 days of food and still was sore. But yeah, less ice. No, not mornings and nights. That's not even, it's so weird to me. It's like people think that if you go to bed, your body stops. Just stops everything.
I don't know.
When that's the only time that it recovers.
Has that been said?
Well, he's saying this here because he's saying, because I'm in the morning and I eat meals, it would be less soreness because I'm eating meals. And how the body works for him is as soon as you eat, you're healed.
That's it. That's all you need.
So it doesn't take 72 hours for you. It takes 72 hours for the rest of the world. But for you, it's instant because you ate a meal after. Or he's also thinking that by the time if you train at night and you have one meal and go to bed, you'll be more sore because you didn't have enough nutrients.
Tricky one.
Tricky. I recommend for you to get a trainer. That's one thing I would say.
I was also going to say that